show. My name is Lisa, and today we have here the lovely Jane Buckle. Jane will be speaking about her past and the mental health issues that she has overcome and where she is today, which is UK's naughtiest OAP. So Jane, thank you very much for coming along today, and we can see you've brought some lovely photos. Would you like to talk us through who they are, what they mean to you, any battles that you might have overcome, you know, surrounding your family life?
I will, okay. As you know, I'm Jane Buckle, aka Jamie B, naughty OAP. But I wasn't always a happy little soul, because all of my family, basically, except for my brother there, these people are all dead. There's my father, Frank John Buckle, and my mother, and this was taken back in the 1950s, probably the year before I was born. I'll explain who each one is. This one's my husband. Do
you want to just lift it up so the audience can see?
Yeah. Frank Stockwell. They're all sadly gone. That's Grandad, Harold, Clarence, Redvers, Skinner. Right? Now, this one is all the family. Everyone in the family. Daddy, Frank John Buckle. Nanny, Lillian Helen Gray Skinner. My brother, Jonathan Buckle. June Wendy Buckle. And of course, me. People, right? And then the last one is my father, Frank John Buckle, with his racehorse, John the Greek. Right, when I'm going to talk about them...
Can I just ask, how old was your brother when he passed away?
Sorry, my husband, he was...
Oh, sorry, apologies,
let me think, 1 minute. 2011, he would have been about 75. He was quite a lot older than me.
Okay, and I believe that you did some caring for him, did you?
Not so much him, but for my father in his later years, because in 2014 I had to go and live with him because he had Parkinson's.
Oh dear.
And it was all I stayed with him. I didn't put him in a nursing home, I just couldn't do it. But the day he died in 2014, it was quite awful, because he was meant to go to hospital, and he didn't go. He had a funny turn, it was awful. He couldn't breathe and he died. We tried to resuscitate him, but it didn't work. Anyway, it was all very grim, and I was left on my own in the house, in the bungalow. And I went to bed, obviously I couldn't sleep very well, and I heard a bang on the door, bang, bang, bang. And I think my father came back. He was in the land of the limbos. He was not sure, and he wondered where we all were. Anyway, eventually, I went to the hospital because he died with his mouth open. I went to the mortuary to say I wanted my dad's mouth shut. But he said, no, you can't come in. Anyway, after that, I had to clear the house out, do everything on my own. And I did have a lovely funeral service for him, but it took me 3 weeks to organise it.
Wow.
And the day I went to view his body in the funeral parlour, I didn't really want to go. It was all horrible. And because I'm so short, they put me on a chair and I nearly fell in with him.
Oh,
he would have liked that. But it was terrible, because I always had my dad always with me.
Yeah.
And now he's at the cemetery. They all are. And I go and visit him a lot. But probably the worst one that died was my mother in 1995, because she had a brain hemorrhage.
Oh dear.
And she ended up in hospital, and they were going to put a coil through, like a stent, into the brain. But it didn't work. She was having vasospasms.
And how old was she?
62. Anyway,
young.
The day of the operation, you see, I never left my mother's side. We were like that. We were like sisters. She's only 21 years older than me. I went down in the lift with her to the operating theatre. And on the way down, you're not really meant to go that far with her. I would have gone in there with her, you know. Said to me, oh dear, this is awful. He said, I'm not going to die, am I, Jane? And I said, no, Mum. But she was always reliant on me. I think she thought I could save her, but I couldn't. So afterwards, I had this thing in my head. It was like a tape recording. I'm not going to die, Jane. I'm not going to die. And it went on and on and on and on. But luckily, I was with my brother. Anyway, they're together at the cemetery. But oh dear, it was awful, the whole episode. And then the dear husband died in 2011. He had cancer.
And how old was he?
He's about, what did I say, 75. He's quite a lot older than me. But it's all been...
still young though, 75.
Yeah, it's all been a bit traumatic.
Yeah. And how did you, obviously, you know, that's a lot of stress for you to go through.
Yeah.
How did it affect you emotionally, mentally?
Yeah. Well, I became very introverted and subdued. But luckily for me, I had the benefit of seeing a counsellor, a bereavement counsellor.
And did you find that helped?
Yeah, and he helped me through it. And he said, you must try and find something in your life, because your mum and dad, your dad always said, you're very funny, get out there and entertain people. So that's when I started to embrace life, to do films, comedy, entertainment, all of that. And of course, Altogether Tavern, which I'm very proud to be in. I'm the mother of Margie. Yeah. And, you know, it's kept me occupied, but you do need a hobby, otherwise you will lapse into the depths of despair. And that is not a nice place.
So anyone going through bereavement, you would recommend them seeing a bereavement counsellor.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, looking at Jane now and what she's achieving in her acting career, reality TV, been on many, many shows, it does show you that, you know, finding a hobby, if you are going through, not just through bereavement, any mental health issue, just find something that you can focus on. And, you know, see a way out of that cloud that you're in. Reach out for help. So Jane, you touched upon you go to the cemetery a lot. How frequent do you, you know, go there, and how do you find that affects you mentally? Does it cause you to be upset? Does it help you grieve? If you want to speak a little bit about that.
Well, I do go up the cemetery a lot, probably 2 or 3 times a week. And in lockdown, I was up there every day. It was really lovely. But I go up to see my mum and dad, as you can see, right? And they are together. And grandfather. And where's the granny? Granny's there. But the thing about it up there, it's very, very tranquil and it's very relaxing, and I'm sure they can hear me. Well, I think they can.
Definitely.
But the thing was, up there, I was on the council for a very short time, and then my stepmom died. I had to leave. But when I was up there, I was having, at that time, I was having nightmares about jumping over open graves, okay? And I put 2 and 2 together, and it was the paupers were up there, but no one had recognised they were there. There were just these big dips in the ground where the coffins had gone in and they'd sunk, and they were feeling very miserable, I could tell. So when I was on the council, I got a big stone put up in a plaque, and it says on there, in memory of the workhouse. I think it was 14/8 to 1940. And there's thousands buried there. And since I had the plaque put up and the statue, I haven't had any more bad dreams.
Really? And are you spiritual as a person?
Well, I think it showed me in a way, that time when I thought my dad was banging on my bedroom door and that. And because I resolved it and got a plaque put up, and everything is all right now.
That's really sweet of you to do that.
I like doing that, yeah. But it does help going to the cemetery.
Well, thank you very much, Jane, for coming along today, you know, and speaking about your past, bringing your lovely photos to show us, and, you know, really for being that inspiration for anybody going through mental health. So thank you very, very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
Okay. And thank you very much for watching. I'm Lisa, and this is Jane Buckle, UK's naughtiest OAP.
and today I have here with me Mr. Elias Hadjikemes, Brussels-based cyber. It's a senior European advisor on security and defense, also member to the International Institute for Strategic Study of London, UK. Currently he works for Union European. Today we will have a little conversation about mental health importance. You are welcome.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here. I would like to thank you for inviting me to your TV show and for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the discussion on this important topic.
How are you maintaining your mental health every day, being a very busy person with a lot of responsibilities?
Well, I think that there are two main things that contribute to that. First, what I do for myself, and the second is the conditions, the situation in my working environment. On the first, I've managed to have a routine. And when you have a routine, it helps you have less stress and less anxiety to have some more time for yourself. Have some habits like sleep better, eat healthier, be active, do some sports and so on. So I have this routine, I interact with people, I communicate with family, this helps a lot. I go out with friends. So this helps me maintaining my mental health. In my working environment, I mean, it's very good working environment, financial security, I mean, there are clear tasks, motivation, there is recognition of the work, professionals working with me. So I think this has also helped in maintaining my mental health. It's an environment at work where there are no, let's say, discrimination, there is no inequalities. So all this, I think, contributes to having a good mental health or have less risk to my mental health. So what I say often is that the personal life, the private life and the work life, it's like communicating vessels. I don't know if you're familiar with this term, I mean, in physics. I mean, if you have balance in one, most likely you're going to have balance in the other as well. While if you don't have balance in one, you don't have balance to the other. So I think at this stage, I have balance in both. Mm-hmm.
I agree with this. And do you think that many people, they are still ashamed or, I don't know, hiding, not preferring to talk about mental health problems?
Well, shame is a strong word. It's a hard. It's a painful situation, which for sure sometimes leads to loneliness and depression. Shame comes from from how we perceived ourselves, or how do we think that others have the perception that others have for us. And this is really hard. I mean, there are people that think about it, and it's really negative. Okay, and you know, I mean, when you face problems or you feel like there's a problem with your mental health, you don't easily go out and you don't easily share with others, because you're going to be thinking probably that you're going to be mocked, or you're going to be, I don't know, considered as a lunatic, or being a strange person. So yes, shame is really a situation where people need help to deal with. You need to improve your self-awareness. You need to identify the source of your shame, and to the extent that this is necessary, you need to seek for help.
Yeah, definitely, that's true. And they have to deal with this and stop thinking like someone will judge us for this. So I agree with this.
Yeah, we had this. People tend to hide it because they don't want to be perceived as psychos.
Yeah.
Which is a normal situation. It could happen to anyone, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, just imagine where in particular moments in time. I mean, even in the recent past, like in the COVID situation. I mean, more people had issues. Okay. Now, even with the situation in Ukraine, more people. This situation causes people. I mean, this is insecurity, this fear may bring a lot of people in this situation. So, in these cases, you need to seek help. And also, what I would like to say is that if you identify that there is a problem with your mental health, or you think that you need to change something, this cannot happen overnight. First of all, you have to do it step by step. Set a goal, one goal, second goal, third goal. It doesn't happen overnight. The second thing is that you need to plan, okay? So you need to plan so that whatever you apply in your life, whatever changes you're making, to be consistent and coherent, okay? Not to change that tomorrow or the day after. So you need to plan, and this is really important. And I think from my experience, having seen people in this situation, I think that you need to reshape a little bit reshape your thinking. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you don't have to change completely your life when you identify that you have some issues. Step by step, plan your steps, be consistent, be coherent, achieve little goals, and I think you're gonna manage.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Ukraine, and I am from Moldova, so I remember when this started, how affected it me, because I have family there. So I'm still thinking about them. If something will get worse, what's gonna happen? And I'm always thinking about my mom, my sister, my brother, because I have a lot of members of family there. So another reason.
You're right. I mean, there is a tendency. I mean, in these shocks, when we have these shocks, the first thing we do is to look at the economy, but eventually there are implications also to the social well-being. Okay, mm-hmm. So I think that it's natural under certain circumstances people to find themselves in this situation. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are losing their job. I mean, financial insecurity is a big issue. Fear of unemployment, it's a problem.
Another one.
So, I mean, these are, I think that under certain circumstances people may need help, and they should seek help from friends, from family, or from experts.
Yeah, to ask before it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
To start.
For sure.
Yeah. So, do you think the men are less subject to being affected of mental health disease?
No, I think it's the same. For all people, it's the same. What happens normally with men, I mean, since they are, even when they are young boys, they learn not to, to tolerate pain and don't cry. Because crying is, let's say, a sign of weakness, mm-hmm. and they believe that if they should appear strong. So the chances are that they will not admit it, because that will be against the model and the culture that they grew up with. Mm-hmm. But I think that all people have the same chances in getting in this situation.
Yeah, there's no one that's secure of this. It has been my pleasure to have you here today, and thank you very much for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure for me.
Hi, my name is Helen. Welcome to the Mind of Omata, a TV show that gives us your mental health a voice. Going back to 2018, the study showed nearly 70% of models reported anxieties and depressions, and 1 of 3 goes through the eating disorder. Let's welcome Danielle today. Danielle will take us back to the world of pageants and beauty. So do you think those statistics reflect your experience, Danielle? So take us back to your story.
Not my personal experience, but it depends what you're going for, because obviously it's there's a huge spectrum of modelling, fashion, pageantry. But pageantry actually has really helped me, and my most recent pageant that I did was Beauty and Brains, and that was an amazing pageant, but I was a host for that and a judge. Okay. Now that pageant is so empowering for women because they have to undertake apprentice style tasks like baking, selling, merchandise, presenting, and so it's very empowering. The face of pageantry is changing, and I fully support pageants like that.
That's good.
I also won an award which I'm very honoured to receive because of my work in pageantry, because I stand up for the underdog and really promote integrity in pageantry. Wow. And it's the Crown of Queens Award. As I got a crown for it.
I can see that
and a
looks
sash, Miss Britannia sash, which was an honour because that's actually my pageant. So I'm collaborating with Beauty and Brains, and so they sashed me. So, and I'm going to be launching my own pageant.
So you're Miss Britannia?
Miss Britannia.
Wow. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Danielle.
So it's for my launch. We're launching at the Asia Cup Polo on the 29th of June.
Okay.
And
that's coming soon.
It's coming very soon. We're collaborating with Asia Cup Polo, and it's for children and women. And the only criteria is to be confident and showcase your personality.
Absolutely.
Which is really important.
Yes, that's good. Yes, I mean, I was in the pageantry as well world then, way back, and that's good.
It needs to change because the statistics you read out, that's not good enough. Eating disorders are rife.
I agree.
Luckily, the ones I haven't really witnessed that. And also in my house, we don't have scales. We don't focus on that. We focus on, in terms of how I look, if the clothes are fitting well, they're fitting okay, then I'm feeling okay. So I judge it by that.
Yes.
But everyone is a different shape and size, and it's what you are confident in.
Absolutely. I agree, Danielle. Yeah. Literally embrace what you believe in as you are. So, yes.
Absolutely. It's a bit about being healthy as well. I mean, we need to look after our bodies, drink a lot of water.
Absolutely.
But
I agree.
No one is the same, and that's what makes us so amazing. And that's why I invite children and women, any shape, any size, any age, to join my pageant as well.
That's good. Okay, so I've got a few questions as well that I'd like to ask. You've been involved in a pageantry in a high profile like the Asia Cup Polo. I think that's what you mentioned is coming up as well.
That's a fashion show, yes.
How do this platform help promote confidence? You did talk about it as well.
Everyone thinks, and they call it a beauty pageant. I want to get rid of that term beauty pageant.
Yes.
It's not acceptable anymore because it's so empowering. It's not just that when you're on the stage, it's the work you do in the run up to the stage.
So we need to change all those
stereotypes.
Stereotype, yeah, that's the right word.
And there's so many people that will say, beauty pageants still, and I just want to throw that term in the bin because
well done.
It's like a goalpost. Every pageant you do, you're becoming your best self in every way.
Yes.
So your appearance, how you take care of yourself, your poise, how you are as a person.
I agree.
So I'm doing a pageant in August. I'm doing another one called Diamond.
Well done.
And they're amazing, and that's my goalpost to improve myself as well. So I think that it needs to be, it's not just on stage and beauty, it's about your journey, and it's about being, the judges need to look at your journey. It's not just on the day, it's about how you are as a person, your consistency, your hard work.
Yes, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing us your story today, Danielle, and literally changing the behind the scene of pageants and fashion. So all women should be equal.
Everyone's
and
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Everyone
that
is
I agree.
beautiful.
Yes.
And I encourage women to have a go at this because it's not what you think.
So any age can.
Any age. So for my Miss Britannia, any age can join
Yes.
from age 5,
So I can
50
join.
plus. Yeah, any age.
Brilliant.
Can join. Because
Thank you.
I was in the first pageant and I stood up for the older category, and these women had been in pageantry for 50 years, and I have a lot of respect for those women, and age is just a number at the end of the day.
That I totally agree. Age is just a number, and it depends on how you literally look at yourself
Absolutely.
and introduce yourself to the world.
It really is.
Well, thank you so much, Danielle, for sharing your story today about beauty and pageants.
Thank you.
Thank you.